Reality check, man, from here, the voice, you know, it's a unique one, aromatic, realistic TV. Anyway, today, my viewers and subscribers, we want to look back at 6 months ago when Hurricane Beryl hit the island and devastated a few parish. Real bad. St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, and few more parishes. But St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, Manchester get it real hard. And the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Anju Holness, hold back on aid and relief that they get to distribute to these people who their back were against the wall. The man did not give them the aid. And 6 months later, last week, Wednesday, was on the 29th of January, he announced in the parliament that the government allocating some funds of 315 million to ground and fix people roof. And take this into consideration. Remember that I said it was few parish that was devastated the most by Hurricane Beryl. St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, Manchester, and few more. But the Prime Minister allocated fund and him a give 63 MP right across Jamaica to go fix up imaginary roof. Because some of the roof is imaginary. Because they're not there. Because they did not get damage. But we know what them up to. We know what them up to. We watching, you know. We zoom in pound because as I stated, a crunch time now. No time for mixed message. No time for distraction. I have to keep my people motivated. I have to keep my people focused. So the message have to be clear. Me now look right and me now look left. Me have on me blinders now. Like they asked them up a Cayman's truck. So I have a bunch of clips that I want to present throughout my presentation to back up my line of argument. Because I want the world to see how devious and wicked and evil this brother one named Anju Holness is. And as a prosecutor, my job is to find the Prime Minister guilty of all the offense that he has done to the Jamaican people. And my only desire is to bring a conviction to the people of Jamaica. So I will continue to present my 9 years of evidence with my video clips. So on the day of the election, whenever he calls it, the people is going to hold him accountable and vote him out. At that the campaign them depend. None on voting, none on two-way. No tell me at this time, at this point of the juncture, you are independent. No independent, no in at this. It's either you're in or you're out. Two things. It's either you're going to help us to rescue Jamaica or you're going to continue with Anju Holness to demolish Jamaica. Pick your side. No independent can in it at this point in time. 28 bank account. 3 trillion can get account for. 3 company in a pandemic move around 460 million US. Take out bank account, $0 down. Few weeks later, 160 million US transfer in it. And him watch Petro jam over 5 years. 500 million barrels of oil cannot give account for, and every year the taxpayers of Jamaica have to pay 2.5 billion for oil. And at this point in time of the juncture, you want to tell me that you are independent? It's either you're a Labourite or you're a PMP. You can't tell me nothing. You no matter what you want to say you are at this point in time, it's either you are a Labourite or you are a PMP. Or you're a disgruntled Labourite. And you are hiding it. I don't know. I'm just saying. Because you know we shoot bullseye. You know. But anyway, my viewers and subscribers, I am going to present this first clip, courtesy of CVM TV, and I want you to listen to the cry of these people down in St. Elizabeth. Take it away.
Elizabeth is slowly picking up the pieces in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl. Residents and farmers in the southern parish, which faced the brunt of damage from the storm, are saying it's an uphill battle to recovery. Courtney Lewis has more details.
It's been 1 week and 1 day since Hurricane Beryl left a trail of destruction like one not seen in recent times in St. Elizabeth. Residents of Pedro Plains in St. Elizabeth described the aftermath of Beryl as heartbreaking. Many recounted their experience, adding they have to start from scratch.
I used to try and never experience things like this before. It just got me shaking. 2 days after that, I was still shaking.
I'm in a daze at the moment. So just moving around from day to day. I don't know fully how to explain it. It's as if it's a dream.
Another resident explained the recovery process will be rough, and as a mother, the losses are even greater as she is without food, electricity, and water.
One big black drum, I don't know, one shine drum, I don't know where it blow from. But I don't blow that, it's something they blow, I walk. I don't walk, you walk. Trust me, it lift up. And me I tell you around there, so it's really a disaster. And my house stop gone in and water come in for me, I'll me better float in the water. I lose a mattress, I lose whole heap of things. I have 3 kids, I don't have food, I don't have water. And you know, say that rough, that very hard, sir.
Along with the loss of homes and property, farmers in the Breadbasket parish face the loss of their harvest. Farmers say newer crops were affected by heavy winds and price increases may be expected.
Well, you can expect a very large increase in price because, you know, with the devastation, it's not going to be a lot right now. So whatever is here right now is going to be increased. You know, when these things happen, you can expect less than the price to go up, because it's going to be a demand for it.
Despite the long road to recovery, the residents maintain they are still holding on to hope for much-needed assistance.
We still a fight it same way, you understand? We can't do nothing more fight it because you don't know a nature thing. We can't give up because everyone come, the damage and gone, and we still, you understand? Yeah, man, so I just life.
Courtney Lewis for CVM News.
So that was resident of St. Elizabeth. And you know this take place from July 3rd, we get hit by Hurricane Beryl. But it was 6 months later, the Prime Minister allocated funds. Now, when your people back were against the wall, when your people needed you the most, you held back the fund on them. A few months before a general election, then all of a sudden, you find the aid. Playing political football with the lives of the Jamaican people. So when we say at this point in time, if you are an independent, you're a sentimental fool. And a man could also call you a baboon. But anyway, my viewers and subscribers, I am going to play the Prime Minister make his announcement in the House of Parliament on the 29th of January. Take it away.
The government will be allocating $315 million or $5 million per constituency to assist. As we all know, roofs are oftentimes the first point of failure during a storm, and the damage they incur can render families homeless or in dire conditions. The experience of Hurricane Beryl has served as a harsh reminder of climate change and the importance of resilience in our infrastructure. Many families were left exposed when their roofs were damaged or totally destroyed. What was clear is that the houses that followed the building codes, in particularly the construction of their roofs, or constructed their roofs from slab material, concrete, that those houses fared much better. And those persons faced less dislocation as a result of the passage of the hurricane. Despite distributing almost 14,000 Hurricane Beryl recovery grants, we know that there are many households across Jamaica that were also impacted by the heavy rainfall due to the unusual, rather, Mr. Speaker, the unusual weather patterns between July and December. Leaky roofs were, of course, the obvious most frequent complaints. Members of Parliament are usually the first port of call for assistance. Recommended for the beneficiary are at the discretion of the Member of Parliament. Grants should be within the range of 70,000 to 100,000 to make meaningful improvements to roofs, windows, and sideboardings to ensure that more Jamaican shelters can withstand the next heavy rainfall, tropical depression, or hurricane. Persons who are already beneficiaries of the hurricane relief grant will not be able to benefit from this allocation. We will be checking to ensure that there are no duplications, Mr. Speaker, of allocations across programs. I urge all members of Parliament to work closely with their constituents to identify those households that are most in need of assistance. It is essential that we focus on the most vulnerable, particularly those who cannot afford to repair their homes themselves.
So my viewers and subscribers, this is what I'm talking about. 6 months ago, Hurricane Beryl bear down over the island, devastated a few parishes. There was no interest or no urgency at the time to help and support these vulnerable people. But 6 months later, you're telling me about over the rain season, some people will have leaky roof and all of this. Or you reach a leaky roof and you don't fix the people them that Hurricane Beryl devastated their house, destroy their farm. You don't fix them, the people there yet, you know. But now you reach a leaky roof through rainy season. So till now you're allocating 315 million for go bitch up roof few months before a general election. Let us listen to some more of the residents as they plead for help. Take it away.
Experience I've had in life. I never got through this before. It's the second hurricane I ever got through from Gilbert. I don't have nowhere to turn for food, shelter. You come and say that's my life gone. How my life gone? You don't have anybody to give you anything. Nobody at all to give you anything. You know, say my life gone. You know, dead, you know, but you're not dead. But half of my life gone.
You what you say? I don't have nobody forgive me nothing. Half of my life gone. Me not dead yet, you know. But it's like half of my life gone. And yes, he said, this lady lose everything. And you did not reach out and assist people like these who at the time really need the help, back against the wall, don't know where to turn to. And your government who you elect to serve and to protect you, turning back on you. And 6 months or a few months before a general election, vote buying strategy. Anyway, continue.
My life gone. You know, dead, but half of my life gone. To be honest, the universe will have to take myself in the hurricane because I was here, I'm hoping that thing would have never destroyed me. Jamaican people, no problem. I already problem big, they say no problem. That is the Jamaican. You have a problem big like the mountain. They say no problem. But the problem is there, but you know, if you take it hard, we hard. So if you take it soft, even hard, you know, soft. So, you know, you have to kind of have that resistance and the capability to
All when it's hard or it's tough, Jamaica people say it's no problem. The elder say, him never see nothing like this in him life. Eh? And him go through Gilbert and Beryl. The hit what him get, wicked and Gilbert. You didn't have no compassion. No little sympathy in your heart to reach out to these people. You hold back the aid from them in times of need. And in the election years, when it's just a few months away, all of a sudden you find the money. So think about that, not Jamaica, man. Campaign strategy. You know. Vote buying, you know. Because you neglect the people for 9 years. You have nothing to show them. Say, yes, this is done by the Anju Holness led administration. So our same tax dollars, yeah, use we own money for try to buy we like we are slave again. Understand what I go on, big man. But play this next clip.
Because see the school there, that school locked down forever. Nobody now come.
All right, people, check in again. So we're at Southfield, Powelltown, and right now we're standing on what was a house. Because as you can see, everything gone, nothing left. And we're there with Olive Row. Mm-hmm. And this was your house?
Yeah.
Was.
So, talk to me, what happened? Well, we know what happened. We know what
I just see it already.
Yeah, we see.
So we can't say anything more because you see what happened already.
But you want, so tell me what you want, right?
If I even want a room with veranda, I will have satisfied. I don't want no more board house because it don't make sense. At 3 times now you come down. So it don't make sense to put up a board house again. If they can't even give me a one room with a veranda in it, somebody else maybe come help.
So how you manage now after without a roof and thing? How you managing now?
No, because I manage because see the school there, that school locked down forever. Nobody.
You see that Jamaica? It's just a foundation left. It was once your house, now it's the foundation. You're not even build back house, give some people, you know. But you talk about roof. A roof can't go up and with just foundation. You know, said that brother, you lose it. As I stated before, my viewers and subscribers, most of this constituency was not impacted by Hurricane Beryl. Remember that most of this constituency was not impacted by Hurricane Beryl or any major storm. But yet still, the government of Jamaica will allocate in $315 million or 5 million per constituency. Remember that Hurricane Beryl hit Jamaica on July 3rd, 2024. Remember that 6 months later, the Prime Minister allocated $315 million for a roof repair. We do some maths now, man. And the math can tell you, election strategy, vote buying strategy. It the Anju Holness administration and Anju Holness depend. 49 multiplied by 5 million per constituency. The Jamaica Labour Party have 49 seats. And multiply 49 by 5 million. That is $245 million. If you multiply 14 by 5, that is $70 million. Round it off to 315 million. The Jamaica Labour Party MPs will receive $245 million. While the People's National Party MPs only $70 million. What is that? What is that? You want to tell me that is not vote buying? When the people were crying out for help, the Prime Minister, Anju Holness, hold back relief package on the Jamaican people. When the Jamaican people were crying out for help, Anju Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party hold back relief package from the people them. A few months before a general election, you give your MP some vote buying advantage. A few months before the general election, you give your MP them some vote buying advantage. You play politics with the people's life. Anju Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party play politics with the citizens of Jamaica life when they don't have anywhere to sleep or a roof over them head or some food for nyam. Anju Holness hold back aid and the Jamaican people them. Playing politics with people's life. 6 months later, you're talking about roof. And for 6 months, people are suffering, back against the wall, sufferer. No roof, no structure, no food. Have it rough and tough. And you held back the head. Because of what? You don't have anything of substance to bring to the Jamaican people to convince them to vote for you again. 9 years of neglect and reject, arrogant and disrespect to our people. So you think that your only hopes now is to take our own tax dollars. And a few months before election, you say you're rolling out goodies. Think about that, my viewers and subscribers. If you want to know if you have a good leader, or if you want to know if you have a good friend, or a good husband, or a good wife, or a good man, or a good woman, wait until your back is is against the wall and watch how that individual treated you. I said, if you want to know if someone is a good leader or a good wife or a good husband, a good man or a good woman, just wait until you're back or against the wall and see how that person treated you. And they always say you take sleep and mark death. Because during those tough times of yours, that individual will show him true self. That individual will show him true self. And you can draw your conclusion from there. So the people of Jamaica, it is time for you to draw your conclusion. Because just remember, when you were down and out, when your back were against the wall, when you lie down and you look and straight up in the sky, you don't have a mattress, not even a lot for sleep on, you don't have clothes on your back, you don't have food for eat, you don't know where to turn, and your prime minister neglect and rejected you. You know exactly who you were dealing with. So it's time for you to draw your own conclusion of that individual. And them say, a fish come from water bottom and tell you that it's deep. Believe him. The Prime Minister has shown his true colors. The Prime Minister has shown his true colors. And we see you and know you for who you are. What a narcissist, self-centered, egoistic. You have done nothing for us for 9 years. Just look at our roads. Deplorable condition, pothole all over the place. It is a disgrace when the Prime Minister of your country have to declare state of emergency on your infrastructure. Look at your hospitals. Look at your hospitals. When you go there, not even the treatment of a dog. Dilapidated, broke down, dirty, nasty, and stink. You go there and you leave worst. You can't get a bed, you have to be in a wheelchair for days. Or sleep on a bench. Or you have to eat the cold concrete or buy a piece of cardboard for $500. Show me your company and I will tell you who you are. The Prime Minister has shown us who he is. And don't fool ourselves again. Heartless, ice cold, and vicious. Most of those constituency was not impacted. So ask yourself the question, how the Prime Minister allocate 315 million to give MPs to go and fix roof when most of those constituency was not impacted by anything. So all them end up with 5 million to spend. Ask yourself these questions. And the people who were affected drastically, you leave them in the cold for 6 months without no aid, no relief. And then 6 months later, you are giving all of your MP 5 million to spend in constituency that was not impacted by no hurricane or no storm. But your vote buying strategy. Because you think when you keep the Jamaican people hungry, And you come before your election and you roll out Sparks program and Roof program and all these program. You're going to buy the people again. Take sleep and mark that. So when I see this lady on top of her roof, trying to hold on the roof, because in her mind, he knows say if nothing do me house, this a government ya, nah go help me. But she risked her life. Just imagine if one of them zinc ya, when just get up and take her, anything could have happened. Thank God her life was spared. Because guess what? The Almighty God is still in charge. Take it away. She willing to risk her life because she knows say she not going to get no assistant and nobody in roof gone. She run the risk, but God Almighty is still in charge and sit high and look low. So in spite of the risk that she run, the Almighty God protect her. My viewers and subscribers, let us ask ourselves this question. Most of these MP constituency was not impacted, but the Prime Minister rolled out $315 million 6 months after Hurricane Beryl hit, and give his 49 MPs 5 million each. So the Prime Minister MP them end up with 245 million to spend. Vote buying strategy. That's what in the pan. And the People's National Party with them 14 only get 70 million. When the people of Jamaica were crying out for help, Anju Holness hold back relief aid on them. When the people of Jamaica were crying out for help, Anju Holness and the administration hold back help. When the people of Jamaica were crying out for help, Anju Holness and the administration hold back aid from them. You play politics with the people's life when they don't even have somewhere to sleep, when they don't even have roof over them head or food to eat. You hold back the head because you want to use your campaign strategy to buy us as if we are slaves. Anyway, my viewers and subscribers, stay tuned to Aromatic Realistic TV. Like and share and follow the movement over YouTube. To tell them say a God and good road. I will never use this platform to mislead my people. I am here to uplift and to edify my people. I am here to give you a clear understanding of what is going on. And over the years, the abuse, the victimization, the use, taking us for fool, taking us for joyride. Come with them rum, them boom, them rice and chicken back. Laugh up and talk up, and then them win I'm gone. My people, it's time for us to rise up. Take a stand. Take a stand and defend our right. As a citizen of Jamaica, it's time for us to take a stand and tell them enough is enough. What you have done over the past 9 years, we see And we know. And we are taking you for who you are. Because what you have done is reveal your true identity. The signature word, it remains the same. Art of love. Until then, Unoanimatic will chat again. Peace and love, my people. Walk good. I'm out.